Welcome to CATEX TV. My name is Frank Fortunato. Today is Friday, January 27, 2012. It's Friday, and that's Mosque Day in the Islamist world. Throughout the Middle East, Muslims are streaming in and out of houses of worship, and in Syria, it's another bloody day. Troops loyal to President Assad have killed at least 30 people in the besieged Syrian city of Homs. About 5,400 people, according to the UN, have been killed since the uprising began. One observer said it's racial cleansing. They're killing people because of their religious sect. The Russians have confirmed that they will not participate or support a UN resolution to try to bring peace to the area because it specifically fails to exclude the possibility of outside military interference. The European Commission is responding to yesterday's reports of a pushback in the implementation of Solvency II, saying that's not the case. They say that they hope to stick to the existing deadline. In an interview by Richard Banks in the Insurance Day of Sean McGovern, the Lloyd's General Counsel, who was in Brussels, Mr. McGovern warned that delaying Solvency II till 2015 would damage the credibility of the capital regime. McGovern said that he still hopes that the Europeans will be able to implement on time. He said that further delays would be most unwelcome and postponement would damage the credibility of Solvency II overall. Mr. McGovern said that delaying it to 2015 would only drive up costs and management time. The big Japanese insurance group NKSJ has more than tripled its net loss forecast for the Thai floods up to $1.3 billion US. The scale of the increase is likely to send shockwaves through the insurance industry and reinforce the growing consensus that the reinsured and insured loss from the Thai floods is going to come in north of $15 billion. Costa Cruises has made an offer of $14,500 in compensation to each of the more than 3,000 passengers on the ship that capsized off the west coast of Italy 2 weeks ago. The offer is also going to come with a refund of their ticket, that's good, as well as their costs for their return home. It's an attempt to limit legal liability. 13 people have been killed in the Caucasus region of Russia, mainly as a result of fights with Islamist terrorists. And the most egregious example, 3 masked militants stormed into a school and stabbed a volleyball player to death during a game. The American big insurance distribution group, AmWins, has completed the acquisition of THB Group, a UK-based independent reinsurance broker. And there were 2 earthquakes in Greece in the past 48 hours, both in the southern Aegean Sea, near islands of Santorini and Crete. One was a 5.2, that was this morning. Yesterday was a 5.3. No reports of any damage or injuries. Been a spate of stories recently, beginning in the New York Times and also National Public Radio, focusing attention on conditions of workers at the Foxconn plants in Shenzhen, China. Foxconn is primarily contracted to Apple Computer. Apple had a tremendous fourth quarter last year and ended up making $46.3 billion actually for the quarter. If you own one of these, you're a perpetrator. Some of the story headlines are how the U.S. lost out on iPhone work. In China, the human costs are built into the iPhone. We've been following this story for quite some time, beginning about a year and a half ago with a spate of suicides at the Foxconn plant, leading up to a fire that occurred apparently because of poor working conditions. Apple has issued a statement today saying they care about every worker in their supply chain. And this is certainly going to become an issue going forward. It's going to basically come down to whether or not people want to sacrifice purchasing Apple products until conditions in third world countries are improved. Very similar to what happened with Nike 15 or so years ago. That's the news for today. If we have any breaking news, we'll come back and tell you. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you Monday.